Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's session of the Children's Financial Literacy Training, dubbed Octagon Young Money Africa. My name is Agnes, and I am a Client Relationship Manager here in Zambia, and I will be your moderator for the day. Octagon is a financial services institution, and our footprint is in Kenya, Uganda, and here in Zambia. Our services vary from property, training, pensions, and actuarial services as well. One of our core values is innovation, and it is through this that we birthed or delivered this initiative called the Octagon Young Money Africa. This initiative is designed for children between the ages of 8 and 22, and it is designed to nurture young children into a more financially aware adults. It is very vital to employ a foundational approach wherein our children are taught vital financial concepts at a tender age. For us here in Zambia, financial education was included in the school curriculum in July 2022. We are very excited for this and trust that such inclusions will go a long way in guaranteeing financial security. Today, we have participants logged in from Kenya, Uganda, and Zambia, and we're very excited to hear the diverse views on money. To the parents that have logged in with their little ones today, we wish to say thank you for taking this step and involving yourself and playing a role in ensuring that you're grooming young money leaders. For the adults, the guardians, and parents, we have various products that you can benefit from, and you can visit our website where you will get a wide array of products to choose from. To the participants that have joined in, thank you for taking a step, and we thank you for acknowledging that indeed knowledge is power. We hope that by the end of this session, you will be equipped with the right tools to set you off into becoming young money leaders. I would like to introduce our speaker of the day, and I'll ask that he has his camera on, Mr. Ronald Mukasa. He's a financial literacy coach and co-founder of the Joka Africa Limited based in Uganda. He is passionate about leadership and empowering people to fulfill their potential. We're excited to have him speak with us today and look forward to the interactions that we will have. Also, just to mention that today's training will be recorded and posted on the Octagon Africa YouTube page. So please go and like and follow our YouTube channel so that you can catch up on this program, as well as various other programs that have been shared on that platform. Mr. Ronald, over to you.
Thanks so much, Agnes, for that kind introduction. I hope you can hear me clearly. Agnes, you can hear me clearly?
Yes, we can hear you.
Great, lovely. So, hi everyone, thank you so much for joining. I want to thank all the young people who have joined the call today, the young money people, 8 to 15 years. We are very excited to have you. It's such an honor. And I want you to give a big hug to your parents who have allowed you to join the call. Say thank you to them for getting you on this call so that you can be able to learn something about money. We are very, very happy as the Octagon family to I'm a financial literacy coach. I'm an accountant by profession. Those of you, for the young people, the accountant is the person who makes sure books are well, records are kept in a business, who makes sure that a business has enough money to run. So that's what an accountant does. And that's what I do for a living. And it's such an honor to be here. I'm also a father of 3 lovely children, Isaiah, Ethel, and Chitiwa. Isaiah is actually 12, and Ethel just made 10, and Chitiwa is about to make 5. So there are a couple of them who are part of this conversation. I think Isaiah is part of the call today to listen in. So it's such an honor to talk to you about the subject on money. So to start us off, our conversation, we are going to really have a conversation. I want to know whether the people on the call can use the chat box. And for me to be able to know, I'm going to request that you say hi in the chat box so that I know that some people can be able to chat. You will be allowed to put up your hand and greet us or say something during the call. But those of you who can use the chat box are starting. I just want quickly each of you to just check. I see Julius, I see Peter, I see Larry, Eliza, and Rika. Thank you. Leah, yes, I've seen hi from you. Great. Brian, yes. Gilad, yes. Gilad, how are you, Gilad? Glad to see you, Gilad. I hope Sheki is also part of the call. Yes, I see. I think you, Helen, you, Protase, thank you so much for coming. I want to tell you, to ask you which country you are coming from, which part of the country you're coming from. We have people on the call from Zambia, people on the call from Kenya, on the call from Uganda. So if you are from Uganda, you can say, hi, I'm from Uganda. Hi, I'm from Kenya. Hi, I am from Zambia. So that we know that we are meeting various people from various parts of the world. We are very, very excited to have you. Yes, Aruho is from Uganda. Thank you so much. I see Felix is also from Uganda. Thank you so much for joining, Felix. Peter is from Zambia, all the way from Zambia. Peter, we are very happy to have you. Julius is from Uganda. Great. Agava is also from Uganda. Great. Imani, hi Imani. Hope you're well. From Uganda, Larry, Eric, and Eliza from Uganda. Great. I see William is also from Uganda. Great. Oh, and Rehema is from Qatar. Rehema, we are very excited to have you. Thank you so much for joining. Rehema Nantume. Chibwe from Zambia, and Isaiah is from Uganda. Great. And Helen is also from Uganda. Great. So I can tell that people can be able to chat. So today we are going to talk about young money and how we can win with money. That's what we are going to talk about. Now, I'm going to start with a simple question. How many of you think money is important? Is it important to you? And I want you to just quickly in the chat box say, you say, money is important because it helps me do this. Why is money important? Why are we having a conversation about money? For you as a young person, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, why is money important to you? What can money enable you to do? Just quickly put it in the chat box. 1, 2, or 3 people before we move on, so that we know why we are having this conversation. I see Leah from Lusaka, Zambia. Thank you so much for joining, Leah Katongo. We are very happy to have you. So why is money important to you? By the way, from the onset, I'm going to tell you that Octagon is offering prizes to 10 people on the call. You'll get a movie ticket with your parent. And the way we're going to do this is the people who are engaged most during the conversation, other people who are going to. So a couple of people are monitoring who is engaged in the conversation. If you are engaged, then you are going to be part. Dolly, thank you so much. Dolly is from Zambia. Great to have you here. Derek says money is important because it helps to fulfill basic needs. That's Derek. Derek, thank you so much. Derek Abaho. This I think is Imani. Imani is saying money is important because it helps me buy needs. That's why money is important. Gilad is saying money is important because it helps me buy things I need. Great. Peter is saying money is important because it helps me buy personal needs and food assistance. Great. Thank you so much. Chibwe is saying, yes, money is important because it helps me buy my needs. And Stella is from Uganda. Stella, thank you so much for joining. I think Imani adds that there's other stuff it can buy, mostly needs. I see Agaba is saying finance different sectors. Agaba has spread this out. Stella is saying money is important because it makes us happy. When you have money, you can buy things you like and you can be happy. Josephine is saying there is nothing you can consume without money apart from air. Wow, Josephine, that's a powerful statement. That apart from air, everything you need money to be able to consume. We'll discuss that, Josephine, as we go. Larry, Eric, and Eliza are saying money is important because of my basic needs. Now, from the conversation here, Isaiah is saying money is important because it helps me pay school fees. That's very true, Isaiah. It helps you pay school fees. Larry says also the things we want to purchase goods and services. That's what Leah is saying. Money is the oil of life. That's what Pamela is saying. Oil of life. Powerful statement. Gets everything going. Great. Engine of life. Pamela is saying that. Now, one thing which is clear, Peter is saying it helps others in needs of who need money to buy things which they need. Great. So from this initial conversation, one thing which is clear is that all of us know that money is important. Most of us are saying it is important because it helps us buy our needs. Things which we need. We need to buy food. We need to buy shoes. We need to buy dresses. We need to buy ice cream. We need to buy a PlayStation. All the things which you would love. Money can help you do that. But today, as we discuss money, we are going to kind of widen this conversation and ask ourselves, are there other things that money is supposed to do? And why should we do those other things? But one thing which is clear from the onset is that all of us are saying that money is important. So I'll go to our first slide. And I'm like, what is the starting? I'm going to start off with a question. All of you are young people, 8 to 15 years. But when you think about it, in the next 10 years, you might have to leave your parents' home. In the next 15 years, you might have to study, finish school, and be able to go and live on your own. So my question, which I want to start with, is my financial future is the responsibility. Is it the responsibility of my parents or the responsibility of myself? I'm going to just ask the team to post that poll so that people can be able to poll.
At this point, a poll will be posted. Please select your response to the question.
Right. A couple of people have already put their responses in the chat box. They're saying, most people are saying, myself. That's what Peter is saying. That's what Larry is. That's what Isaiah is saying. That's what Gillard is saying. That is what Stella is saying. That is what Josephine is saying. That's what Fina is saying. Derek is saying the same thing. Chibue, you said A. I don't know whether it's a responsibility of yourself. Super. Great. Great. All right. Yes, I think someone was correcting me. That is Noah. Noah, you're most welcome. I think Noah is from Zambia. We're very excited to have you. Esther is saying money helps us satisfy our needs. My parents are my financial future. Agaba is saying that my parents are my financial future foundation. Me, myself, and I. That is what Imani is saying. I think Imani is using Imani's phone. And then Kasim is saying it's the responsibility of my parents. Now, why is this question important? This question is important because for all of us who are on the call, you need to ask yourself, the money which I have now, the money which I am going to get, the money which I'll get in the future when I start working, whose responsibility is it? Now, all of us have blessed that we have our parents who are still looking after us. I imagine most of us are living in our parents' houses. I imagine that most of us are go to school and our parents pay school fees. I imagine that most of us buy a shoe, and our parents buy a shoe. And there is a period in your life where people can look after you, and that your parents can be able to do that for you. Some of us, it's our guardians who do that for us. Some of us, it's family members who do that for us. So that period exists. But what is important to appreciate from the start is that when it comes to your financial future and your decisions about money, as most of you have said, it is your responsibility. It's the responsibility of myself, me. And as a young person, you need to do that. That every time your mother gives you 1,000 shillings, if you're in Uganda, give you 50, possibly 200 kwacha if you're in Zambia. The day they give you that money, your parents have shifted the responsibility to you, and you need to make sure you are making the right decisions about your money. And that's what this class is about. It's about saying, how do I make the right decisions? Because your financial future is your responsibility. It is not a it's yes, your parents will look after you. Your parents will make sure that you are well provided for, but the time will come when you have to provide for yourself. And when that time comes, one of the critical lessons which you have to have understood is how to manage money. And it's important to notice that this is your responsibility. Daddy and money will not be there forever. At 20 years old, you may have to leave home. At 22 years old, you may have to leave home. Some of you, if for example you are 10 years, within the next 15 years, you may have to leave home. So you need to first of all understand that this is going to be your responsibility. And your responsibility means that you need to take good care of it. And it's very important that that happens. You take good care of it. Because if you don't take good care of it, you will misuse it. So the first thing about money is that you have a responsibility. And since you have a responsibility, you have to make sure that you understand how money comes in, how money goes out, and how money is used. So you need to remember that in as much as mommy and daddy may be looking after you right now, your financial future is your responsibility. And you need to ensure that you are actually doing that right. Is that okay with everyone? Have we understood whose responsibility it is? So your parents will help you on that journey. Your parents will pay for your school fees. Your parents will give you a house for you to sleep. But a day will come when you have to do these things on your own. And you need to understand how to make money. You need to understand how to save money, how to spend money, how to invest money, because it is your responsibility. Thank you so much, Peter. I've seen Peter's response and Leah's response. That means that we have understood the first thing which we wanted to learn is whose responsibility is it. So every time you get money from mommy, every time you get money from daddy, every time you get money from Jaja, you need to understand that you take responsibility of it and you need to take good care of it. The word which is used is to be a good steward. A good steward means that you work very hard to make sure that you are managing the money well. You don't manage the money badly because I will get more from money. You don't manage the money badly because this is everything you are given. When they give you a shoe, mommy has spent money on that shoe. And be a good steward of it. So you don't go and kick stones and the sole of the shoe falls off. You have to be a good steward. In your bedroom, if they have given you a bed, that bed is your responsibility and you need to look after it well. And the same is true with money. So if you want to be a successful adult, the lessons start today. They start right now. Are we there? Good. So let's move on to our next question. Our next question is this. When it comes to money, The most important thing is A, spending money, D, investing money, E, protecting and insuring money, F, all of the above. So you choose one of the answers. What's the most important thing when it comes to money? Agnes, I don't know whether the poll can go into the chat box.
Yes. So the poll will be posted on the chat section, and it will have the options for the responses A to F. When it comes to money, what is the most important thing? Please click on your response so that we can take a poll of the responses.
You click on the response and you say, after clicking on the response, you say, you submit. But some people in the chat box, Peter is saying investing is the most important thing. That's Derek. Yes. I was waiting for the chat to come through. Leah is saying all of the above. That's F. Good. Let's see what the rest are saying. Chibue is saying investing. Yes. Money is saying all of the above. Yes. This is Eddie. This is not Peter. Eddie is saying, Gilad is saying F, all of the above. Fina is saying F, all the above. Yes, the poll has come through, so please. Isaiah is saying investing money. James is saying investing money. Great. Those of you who have seen the poll, you can start. You can click on the poll on the chat. And then we see what is coming. Great. All right. I see most people are all of the above. There's a good number who are saying 41%, all of the above, about 58%. Great. Those of you who have seen the poll, please come through and submit. Just click on the poll and you submit. Great. I see 16 responses so far. I'll wait for a few more. Great. Someone is saying making money is the most important thing. Some people are saying investing money is the most important thing. Some people are saying all of that is the most important thing. So our poll is coming through. We have about 18 responses. I'm going to Great. Let me see if there are other responses. All of the above. Yes. Eddie is saying investing. Great. From our responses from the people who have polled, and thank you for the people who have polled, there 11% are saying, rather 10% are saying making money is the most important thing. Saving money is the most important thing. Investing money is 42%. All the above are 35%, and people are still polling. They're still coming through with the poll. I'll give you 1 more minute to poll, and then we will proceed. All right, I have 21 responses. Of the 21 responses, what do I have? 21 responses. I see 14% are saying making money is the most important thing. 9% are saying saving money is the most important thing. Investing money is the most important thing. 42%. All of the above. Emmanuel has put up his hand. Emmanuel, Agnes, just allow Emmanuel to make a comment. I think he wanted to say something. Emmanuel, are you there?
Hello, Emmanuel.
Emmanuel, please go ahead and make your comment.
As soon as your mic has been enabled, Emmanuel, please go ahead with your comment.
His mic is enabled. Emmanuel, you can just unmute yourself.
Right. All right, as we wait for Emmanuel, what we see clearly from this question is a number of us are saying investing is the most important thing. Some of us are saying making money is the most important thing, 13%. Saving is the most important thing, 9%. 31% are saying that all the above are the most important thing. Now, I have seen no one has said spending money is the most important thing. But you will remember when I asked you at the beginning, why is money important to you? Most of us said that it can be able to buy my needs, meaning that spending is very important. You know, people are saying it's not the most. When we look at our results here, and as we are going to see in our conversation today, it's important to appreciate that all these things are quite important. I've noticed no one has clicked protecting and ensuring money. No one has said that it's the most important thing, but you can also invest money. For example, let's say you invest in a farm and you buy 10 cows. When you buy that 10 cows, butter, and then one day a thief comes and steals all your cows. When he steals all your cows, all your investment has gone. But if you had insured it, the insurer will come back and say, let me give you back the 10 cows which you took, which were taken by the thief, which were stolen by the thief. Now, some people are saying that spending money is not important, but we all need to eat, we all need to drink, we all need to buy ice cream sometime, and spending money is important. People are saying making money is the reason why daddy and mommy go out every day. They go out. Some of your parents will go to offices to work. Some of your parents will go to a farm to work. Some of your parents are running businesses. They go there to work. The reason is they need to make money. When they make it, they need to also save it and save a bit of it. Keep it aside for various reasons, and we are going to see that in a moment. But they also need to invest it so that it grows and multiplies for the future. Now, the key thing here is that all these items are very important. All of them are very important. All of them, we need to understand them and make sure we are doing them right. Because if you only invest, you will have nothing to eat. If you only eat and finish whatever you have, all the money which you have gotten, you will have nothing to invest. If you only make money but you don't save, you will just finish everything you have made. If you only spend, it's a big problem. So we need to understand all these and be able to incorporate them into the way we manage money. I see Derek's hand up. Derek, please go ahead and ask your question and or make your comment. Agnes, you can help me enable Derek.
You can mute yourself.
So we are suggesting that in investing money, that helps you to.
Derek, you first tell us your name so that and where you are from, so that people know who is speaking.
My name is Abaho Derek. I am from Uganda.
You tell us how old you are also.
I am 14 years old.
Good.
So
Please go ahead, Derek.
My suggestion was that about investing money, me was supporting the line of investing money because of my following reason. Investing money you'll invest money, because if you get it, you'll invest in money. You'll invest money, and it will help you to bring. It will double the money that you have got. So it's better than spending money and it just goes like that without bringing in any profits than investing money.
Great. Thank you, Derek. And you make a very good point. You want your money to be able to multiply and grow. And that's
Yeah.
the point which Derek is making. Yes, Derek makes a very good point, and I agree with you. You want your money to be able to multiply and grow. And I think what is important is to appreciate that all these things are parts of the same elephant. And it's important that when you look at money, you look at money completely. Because investing is very good and very important. But when you invest, you also need to protect the money which you have invested, and it needs protection. But even as you invest, you need to spend a bit of money so that you can get your needs. Even as you spend money, you need to make sure you are saving a bit of the money you have made. Because if you haven't made any money, you have no money to invest. So Derek, the point is, you are right in saying that investing is very important to be able to multiply money. But the point I'm trying to make here is that we need to appreciate that you need to understand every part of money so that you do it completely and you balance. You make sure that you have balanced out all sides, because all sides have an importance at a certain point. So that you are not just investing and not making money because you won't have what, but you need to start by making money. Understand, how do I make money? How do I save it? How do I invest it? How do I spend it? How do I protect it? So that you have a complete picture. So it is true that when you invest, and I'm going to tell you that you need to start investing now and start investing early, because it's important for you as a young person. You notice if you invest for a long time, money will keep multiplying for you. But also at the same time, it's important to notice that the process of investing, you need to understand, how do I make money? How do I earn money? How do I make sure money is coming in? Those are all important conversations that we are going to see them. Thank you so much, Derek, for that comment. Now, I want us to move on to our next question. The first thing which I want to say is that when it comes to money, one of the most important questions is why. I'll go back to the question I asked you first. The why. You need to understand, why do I want to get money? You need to answer that question for yourself and be sure that you understand it. Because you can start racing and you're chasing a lot of money, but you haven't answered why. Why? Answering the question of why helps you see clearly exactly your focus. And you say that this is what I am looking for. So for example, holidays are going to come. And during the holidays, you may say that what I want to do in the holidays is that I want to be able to buy myself uh, 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 let's say I want to buy myself a dress, lovely dress, and I want to buy it myself. So whichever little money you get, you start saying, I'm putting aside a bit of money so that I can buy myself a dress. There are people who are saying, you know what? When holidays come, these holidays, I want to be able to buy myself a chicken, and I'm going to keep it at home. I'll keep this chicken, it will start laying eggs, and I will be able to multiply my chicken. I'll invest in a chicken. That's your why. That some people, their why may be that, you know what, I feel like I'm in secondary school now, and when I go for holidays, I want to be able to get a bit of money so that I can be able to buy a device which I want to be able to use. I say that for me, during the school year, I'm going to focus on trying to make sure I save towards this. So it is your why. And the point there is to be able to have what we call a financial goal. So it's important that when you are starting the conversation of money, you start from what is your financial goal? What is it that you are chasing? Because if you don't have this financial goal, knowledge about money will not be able to help you. You can say, most of you here say that you want to invest. But what exactly, when you talk about investment, what is your goal? Some of you, for example, may say, you know what, daddy and mommy, I want to be able to buy a piece of a company, which is a share. And you're saying, I've heard that MTN is selling shares. I want to be able to buy some for myself. Now, that could be your goal. And you're saying, I'll buy 5 every term. That's your goal. Some of you may be able to say that, you know what, my grandfather is a farmer, and I've decided that I am going to, every year, I'm going to buy 1 calf. And for the next 10 years, I'll buy 10, and he'll keep them for me, and they'll multiply into many cows. And you tell your grandfather that, you know what, I have a financial goal. Every time I want to buy 1 calf. And that's the deal I want to strike with you as my grandfather. And you will look after them. Whichever milk comes out, you look out, you will take it. But me, I want you to keep mine. And you say that that's my goal. You might want to talk to your parents and say, you know what, daddy and mommy, we are part of junior achievers at school, and our goal is to be able to start a business which makes paper bags. And to be able to do that, we need 100,000 shillings. That's my goal. I'm going to be able to set that. So you need to have a financial goal. And it's important that you ask yourself, what exactly is my goal? Because when you think about money generally, it is about what specifically you are chasing. For example, daddy and mommy may have a goal of saying that they want to build a home. That's the family financial goal. And every time daddy and mommy make money during their work, they are putting aside a bit of money so that they can be able to build a home. That could be a goal for daddy and mommy. You may find that daddy and mommy have a financial goal of saying that they want to be able to build some rental properties. And that's their goal. And when you ask daddy and mommy, I want all of you after this call, go and ask daddy and mommy, what is our family financial goal? You need to have a goal as a person. Then you need to have a goal as a family. And you're saying this is our family financial goal. So that daddy and mommy can tell you that our family financial goal is to ensure that we have started a business which will be able to do this for us, so that it can be able to bring in some extra income. But every family has to have a clear family financial goal. So there is the family financial goal, then there is your financial goal as an individual. And sometimes your goal can plug into the family financial goal. And you say, so when you talk to daddy and mommy, you ask them, daddy and mommy, as a family, financially, what are we trying to achieve? For example, to retire and stop working. When they stop working, they need to get money from assets which they have been able to collect during their work life. So their family goal may be that we are going to be able to make investments so that we can be able to get an income which will look after us even though we retire. All those are conversations you can have. So the thing here which I want all of us to pick up is that you need to have a financial goal, and it doesn't have to be an impossible goal. It has to be a goal which is achievable, a goal which has a time frame. This time I'll be able to achieve this. For example, some of you have been asking mommy and daddy for a PlayStation. Mommy, I want a PlayStation. I want a PlayStation. I want a PlayStation. One way you can look at it is to say, mommy, how much is a PlayStation? Mommy will say a PlayStation is, for example, $200 or $300. And when mommy says that, then you say, mommy and daddy, I am making this my year's goal. that I am going to be able to collect $5 a month until I have been able to achieve that goal that I have set out. That's okay. But other goals can even be for investments that can be able to multiply. But the goal needs to be able to exist. So the question here, and I want those of you already, I want you to put, how many of you have a financial goal? Peter says, for me, let me just see, just give me a minute. Okay, just a moment. But this is what Peter says. For me, my goal is to concentrate on school and become a success and help my parents because they have done a lot for me. That's good. That's Peter's goal, that I want to succeed in my school life so that I can be able to become a success. So he has seen that school is a way to be able to get financial stability. That's something which you set out. And Peter, that's a good goal to say that financially, if I'm to be able to earn a good amount of money, I need to be able to excel at school and do well. That is why I am concentrating at school. It means that when you are going to school, you're not going to school because your parents are forcing you there. You are going to school because you see that it will help you in your financial future. Because if you do well in school, if you excel at what you do and become good at what you do, you'll be able to earn some money. And that is what you have set out to do. So you need to be able to say, how do I be able to do this? KG says, I want to leave a financial stable, financial stable legacy, and also buy my mom a car. And this may be a goal which you can't achieve in a year, but you're saying, I want to be able to work hard, get earn well, and when I start earning, I can be able to buy my parents a car. All those are goals. Some are big ones, some are small ones, but a goal has to be able to exist. Thank you. I see here, my personal goal, this is Tashovia. Tashovia, he says, my personal financial goal would be to one day start a software engineering firm or company that deals in app development. That is Tashovia's goal. He has seen the company which he wants to start, and he knows that he wants to be into software engineering. Great. So even the choices which Tashovia makes of what subjects he studies, what he does, all of them will point towards the goal which he has been able to set out. I see here Imani is saying, yes, mostly invest in my future career. Thank you, Imani. Invest in your future career. But you have to say clearly, what is it that you are trying to be able to chase? Larry is saying I want to be financially stable after school. What does financial stability mean? Have this conversation with money. What does it actually mean? A successful person. That's Isaiah's goal. Isaiah, that's a very good goal, but define what success means. What does being a successful person mean? And those are questions you can have with your parents, and they help you be able to come up with a clear goal. My goal is to buy my wants for me and my family. That's and what can we be able to pinpoint them and see them clearly? Great points which have come through. Noah, Peter, you can come through, and Agnes, just help me unmute Peter.
Peter, you're enabled. You can unmute your mic and give us your contribution.
My financial goal is to become stable when I'm done with school and help my parents and be grateful for the things they've done for me.
Great. That's exciting. Peter. And that's a goal. You say that, why am I working hard at school? I'm working hard at school because I want one day to be financially stable and be able to help out my family. That's a goal, and it drives you. It gives you something which pushes you. I see here, Josiah is saying, my financial goal is to buy a PlayStation. Josiah, that's your financial goal. Very interesting goal. We'll have a deeper conversation on that goal when we meet Josiah. But the point is that there has to be something which you say, I know where I want to go, and then you start pushing yourself towards that. Isaiah says, also care for my parents. Great. Isaiah, say that I'll look after my parents, and that's why I'm working hard. I'm working hard so that I become a successful person who can be able to do all these things. Fina is saying, my financial goal is to do well in school, get money, and buy myself a guitar and care for my parents. Great. That's the goal. And you're saying, that's why I'm going out there. So all of us, one of the things which I want each of us to do, I want you to get a piece of paper and you write down your financial goal. And after writing it down on the piece of paper, I want you after this call to discuss it with daddy and mommy. Sit with them and say, daddy, this is my financial goal. How can we be able to make it better? This is my goal. How can we be able to make it better? So that daddy and mommy can help point you in the right direction to say that how can we be able to break this goal into small bits so that we can be able to achieve it. Because if you know where you are going, then you are ready to start moving. You should not start moving until you know where you are going. So the first thing you have to decide is, what is the goal? Then you start working towards it. If you are going to school, you need to ask yourself, why am I going to school? If it is to be able to one day be able to become financially stable and look after my family, as many of you have said, then that is why you work hard at school. You work hard because you have seen the goal. You have seen where you want to start walking towards that direction. So it's very important to have that goal. So one of the actions I want each of you to write it on a piece of paper. If you're seated with daddy and mommy in the call, you can be able to say, that goal, is it achievable? Is it challenging? Is it, how do I make sure that I get there? So that daddy and mommy can help you polish that goal to a clear, smart goal. And when you polish it, I want to write it there as school. But you also have to have a goal for the year. A goal for, this is what I need to achieve. In 3 years, this is what I need to achieve. In 1 month, this is what I need to achieve towards the big goal that I am chasing. So that's an assignment I want each and every one of you to do with daddy and mommy or your guardian who is at home, or a brother or a sister. Just get someone, an adult, so that they can be able to work through that, that with you. You should not start moving until you know where you are going. Great. So let's go to the next question. Question 3. Money comes from, where does money come from? So your answer can be, money comes from mommy, daddy, or my guardian. Money comes from the bank. Money comes from work and offering services. Money comes, oh, I don't know where money comes from. We can put that into the poll.
So the poll will be posted again on the chat section with the options A to D. Where does money come from? Please do post your opinion on the opinion poll that will be posted in the chat section.
Leah is saying the bank. Gaba is saying the bank. Is that Jojo or Jed or Sheki? They're saying the bank. Peter is saying work and offering service. Isaiah is saying the bank. KG is saying money comes from God. Great. The bank. Work and offering service. Work and offering service. Betty is saying investments. Larry is saying the bank. Imani is saying, is the question according to the current position or when I grow up? And this question is for you, where, that's a very, very good question. A very, very good question, Imani. But let's look at the current position. Where does money come from? Like for you, where do you see it coming from? Sheki has come through hard work. It comes from hard work. Great. Sheki, thank you. Chilufe is saying the bank, I think. And Fina is saying work. Yes. Those of you who have seen the poll, you can get in there. The people who are saying work, the people who are saying from the bank. All right, I'm trying to see. All right, let me see how many people have responded. We have 14 responses so far. A number of people are saying work, some people are saying the bank, some people are saying mommy and daddy. Great. Lovely. Great. Isaiah, you have your hand up. You could, Agnes, you can help me unmute and Isaiah asks his question.
I wanted to say a reason for my answer, the bank, because I wanted to say a reason for my answer, and I wanted to say that the bank is where we get money from, because sometimes you can work to do something and mommy and daddy do not give you the money, and you just work and you just do a certain job and you're given money, because money does not always come from your parents. Also doing work would also be a way of getting money, because you can do work and you also get money. So it depends on the places that you have got the money from. But mostly what I think is that usually if you do work and also money is printed, I feel that money is printed in the bank, so that's where the currency comes from. Yeah. That's
all right.
what I want.
Thank you, Isaiah, for that response. Very good. I see a couple of hands. Can I have, let me have, yes, Peter.
For you to get the money that you want from the bank, you have to work for it. The bank doesn't just give you. You have to work hard for it.
Exactly. So someone has to put the money in the bank before you receive it. So you don't just walk into the bank and say, I want some money. Great. Thank you so much, Peter.
Yes, they don't do that.
Great. Thank you so much, Peter. Tashovia? Tashovia, are you there? All right, I've lost Tashovia. Derek, do you want to say something? Yes, Derek, go ahead, please. Hello? Sorry, we seem to... Derek, are you there?
Money comes from, because some of our banks have branches, and a bank is where you can get a loan, basically.
Okay. Derek introduces the loan to this conversation. I'll talk about that in a moment. And it can come from, yes, you can go to the bank and borrow money, but when you borrow, you have to pay interest when the time comes. So that's a big question which needs, but certainly the bank has money and you can go and get it as a loan or as a deposit. As Peter said earlier, if I have deposited money in the bank, I can go and collect it. If I don't have money I've deposited, I can go and borrow from the bank, as Derek has mentioned. But if I borrow, that means that there is an interest which I have to pay. So both those are options. Tashovia, are you there? I wanted to give you a chance. Yes, Tashovia. Agnes, has Tashovia been enabled?
Yes, Tashobia, you have been unmuted. Kindly click the microphone icon and speak.
All
to
right.
unmute yourself, yeah.
Great. Anyway, we will move on and possibly we will get Tashovia. There was someone called Chuma. I don't know whether we lost them.
No, I'm here.
Yes, please. You can ask.
I want to explain on my answer, work and offering
Yes.
services. I think that because when the money comes from the bank, but sometimes the work also has to get money from the bank to give us, the people who work, and offering services are the same thing. So I think that money does come from work and offering services.
All right. Super. Thank you so much, Shuma. I think you make a very good point. The bank, you can go and pick money. I think Isaiah said this earlier, that I go to the bank and that's where money is. And then Peter added that money has to be put there by someone who has worked. Then Derek said that actually I can go to the bank even though I didn't put money and borrow it. So yes, I can get money like that. But Shuma makes a very good point that it is the work which causes us to be able to earn. It means that when you think about making money, one of the most important things is to first of all ask, why are you being paid? Now, what we know is that money is usually a reward for work and services offered. When I go to a restaurant, I could go to Cafe Java's, I could go to KFC, I will pay money so that they can be able to give me a service, a lovely meal which I can be able to enjoy. So what is a reward for, money is a reward for services done. Some people say they are the certificates of satisfaction, that if you do something and your employer is happy with you, they give you a certificate, and that certificate which they give you is money. When you do something at home, for example, if your daddy and mommy give you an assignment to clean the compound, when they come and they check the compound and the compound is clean, there are no leaves on the ground, there is no dust in the corner, they will give you a certificate of satisfaction called money. So when your daddy and mommy give you that money, they are like giving you a certificate to show that they are happy with the work you have done. So when you work and people are happy, they will give you those certificates. And you will quickly notice that those certificates are given even in big amounts, irrespective of what someone does. And here I will go to the next slide and say that when it comes to making money, work is a gift. One of the greatest gifts you have been given is the opportunity to work. Every time mommy and daddy or Jaja or anyone gives you work, be excited, because work is a gift. It is an opportunity for you to get a certificate called money. So when you get work to do, always be excited about it. Be happy about it. When they tell you to clean at home, it is a very big opportunity because they are teaching you how to work. The people who enjoy work, the people who are excellent at their work, they are given many certificates. They are usually given very many certificates because they are very good at their work. So the question which you need to ask yourself, have I received any certificates for the service that I have offered? Are there any certificates that I have received? So that whenever you think about it, whenever you are given work, be it at home, and there is work which you will have to do at home because you are a member of the household. When you finish eating your food and you wash your plate, you don't expect to be given a certificate of money for washing your plate. You are doing that because you are actually thanking your parents and your whole household for giving you a meal. That's why you clean your plate. But at times, daddy and mommy may come home and they say, you know what? I would have taken my car to be washed in a washing bay, but I will give you this opportunity to wash. If you work well, I will also give you that certificate. And that means that when daddy and mommy tell you to wash the car, you work hard, you clean it so well, you make sure it's so fresh that when daddy and mommy enter the car, they say, I've never seen the car this clean. And then they will give you a certificate called money. A certificate which shows that they are happy with the work which you have done. Now, everyone who gives value, everyone who is excellent at what they do, everyone who is continuously becoming better is given these certificates. How many of you know the first person in the corner? You can put him in the chat box. How many people know the first person in the corner? Do we know them? Who is the first person in the corner? Agaba says that's Messi. Isaiah says that's Messi. That's Messi. Great. Eva, you have your hand up? Can we unmute Eva? Eva, are you there? Elizabeth, have we enabled Eva?
Hello?
Yes.
No, it's fine. I didn't hear the question at first.
Oh, no, the question was, do you know the person who is at your extreme left?
Yeah,
You know them? Who are they?
Messi.
Messi. Messi is a footballer and he's very good at playing football. He goes to the pitch and he scores goals, and he's being very good at playing football. He is actually given certificates of appreciation by his club, certificates of appreciation by funds, certificates of appreciation by companies, so that because he plays football well. The next person there is a comedian. Some of you may know him. He's a Kenyan comedian. He also gets certificates because he's funny and he makes people happy. The next person there may be your mommy, who goes to work every day. Your mommy goes to work, some of your mommies work at home, but when they sit on their computers and they do the work which they're doing, their employer gives them a certificate of appreciation saying that, thank you for working very hard, and I'm happy about the work, the value you have brought. Here are the certificates. The next person is a plumber. And a plumber, when there is a pipe which has broken in your home, the plumber comes and fixes that pipe. For your appreciation of fixing the pipe, your mommy and daddy will give them a certificate of appreciation. Who knows that person after that? The gentleman with gray hair. Who knows that person? Put them in the chat box. Who knows him? Great. Warren Buffett. Nice. Thank you, Eva. Indeed, it is Warren Buffett. I don't know whether this is Sheikh saying an old man. She says, I've forgotten the name. KG says Warren. Leah says Warren Buffett. Yes, indeed, it is Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in the world. And he knows how to invest in good businesses, and he has made a lot of money over a long time. But why Warren Buffett is important and why I put his picture here, it is because he has done it until he's an old man. The process of making money takes a long time. Don't try to make all the money at once, because you need to be patient. Warren Buffett is over 80 years old and he started investing before sometimes even your Jaja was born. He may be the same age with your Jaja, but he's been investing for a very long period of time. But you see the results. So it's important to notice that the journey which you are starting of making money, don't try to make all the money at once, because sometimes you will get into a position where you don't do the right things. But make every attempt make slow and progressive process of making money so that you can be able to win. So what we learn from the picture, it could be a farmer. All these people are making money because they give value. The question you need to ask yourself is, what value do I bring to the world? Because every time you do something which people need, you will find that ultimately, yes, Tashoba says he's 91 years old. He's actually 91 years old. That means he's possibly older than some of our judges. He possibly started investing before some of our judges were born. But judges are grandparents for the people from Zambia. But the point is that you need to make sure that you start your journey slowly. Start your journey slowly. Don't try to do everything once, but make sure you make small steps. Small steps. Those small steps can help you win. I want all of you to ask your daddy. You Google about this gentleman and you ask what this gentleman here, what is it about him? And you can, your daddy and mommy can help you read up about him, and you notice he has been doing this for over 70, 80 years, and he has done it. And when you do it for a long time, you can be able to win. So every time you are excellent, if daddy and mommy tell you to clean the compound and you do it very well and you do it with excellence, it's very clean. Every time you are excellent at what you do, the world wants to pay you more. One of the reasons why you should strive to be at your best, to continuously improve at school, is because if you are continuously improving, continuously becoming better, ultimately the world won't pay you more because you are giving more value. But there are other ways we can be able to make money. Sometimes we get money from our daddy, our mommy. They give us a gift. They just give you money. You haven't worked, but they give it to you. You go to your shikula, to your bibi. I think that means the same. Shikula and bibi and jaja are grandparents in all our countries. I hope the Zambian team, I'm right in that. You could go to your mama, you could go to your auntie. They give you a gift. Sometimes you go and visit your grandfather, and your grandfather is happy about something you have done, possibly at school, and they give you money. When they give you money, you have brought money in, and some of us have received this money. And the next thing we need to ask ourselves, sometimes you are blessed, and you need to be thankful to God that He has allowed you to be able to get a gift. And when you get the gift, it is still money which has come in. So you don't just eat it. You need to ask yourself, this gift, have I used it responsibly? So the next question we're going to do is, what happens after you make money? Money has come in. You may work or you may get a gift, but money has come in. After you make money, there are basically three things which you should do with money. And I'm going to talk about them in detail. You should save it. You could save for investment. You could save for an emergency. You could save for something you want to spend on, but you should save it. You should spend it, and you should also be able to give and be generous. This is borrowed from a guy called Dave Ramsey. It says that when you get money, put it in these three envelopes: save, spend, give. I'll start off with the first envelope. And here, I'll start by asking a question. The best time to start saving is A, when I get a job or business and start working. B, when I join high school and get pocket money. C, now. Let's quickly answer that question in the chat box. People are saying, Larry is saying now, and Erika and Eliza. Great. Peter is saying now. Ivy now. Agava now. Chilufa saying now. Gideon is saying when I join how I know Gideon is the daddy. I don't know who is on the call. Yeah, but but Gideon is saying B. Grace is saying now. Wanga is saying now. Tashovia is saying now. Isaiah is saying now. Derek is saying now. KG is saying now. Ivy is saying now. No, this is Gimei. Gimei is saying now. Shuma is saying now. Uh, Sheki and Jojo and Jed are saying now. Saving is a culture, so it is now. The majority of us are saying we need to start saving now. Now, it is very important to notice that even though you got money from your judge, even though you got money from work which you did, mommy told you to do some work in the garden and you did it. Daddy gave you the vehicle to clean and you cleaned it. That you need to make sure that that money which you receive, a bit of it you dedicate to saving. A bit of it you dedicate to saving. Imani is saying before now, certainly the best time to start was yesterday. And some of you have already started saving money, which is very good. And if you haven't started yet, the to start actually now. For you to start here is that all of us are saying that we need to be able to start now. But when you save, what do you save for? So look at the first item called saving. Why do we save? I told you earlier that why is very important. So when you put money in the saving basket, there are things which you need to make sure that you are doing. So when you are saving money, there are reasons why you save. And specifically, I want us to talk about the next question. Every time I get money, this is the last question. What should I do? Every time I get money. I think I possibly gave you a lot of the answers on this one. By saying D. Great. The majority of us are saying D. My feeling is that a number of us are saying D because we are supposed to save, we're supposed to spend some, and we're supposed to give some. That answer we give. I have a couple of people in the comment box. I think, let me have Derek. Derek, please go ahead and you ask your question and make your comment, and then we'll also have Peter. Derek, please.
Okay, so me, I was saying that I support D because you save, some stuff can't be provided to our parents.
Yes.
Some of us want fancy stuff and can't be provided to us. So it's why you save to buy the stuff after getting the money.
Great. Thank you, Derek. Isaiah, you could also quickly make your comment.
My comment was that, okay, it's mentally the same as Derek. I just save, spend, and give. Also, the reason for that is save, spend, and give because you have to save, you have to also spend, and you have to give to God, 10% to God, and it balances everything because you'll also need to spend something, you'll also need to save something for the future. You'll also need to give to God to thank Him for helping you to be enabled to get the money that you've got. And this can help you to do it. It can help you to do it for the next years so that you can get enough money.
Great. Thank you. I see Shuma. Shuma?
I think that you should plan how to save, how to spend, and how to give, because the saving part, you also need to save on how you're going to give. Let's say your parents have been doing so much for you, they pay a lot of things for you, they buy a lot of things for you. So you need to plan on how to save, and then you give them on some of your shares.
Great. Super. Great. I see Peter. I'll have Peter, then Leah, then we will, yeah. Peter?
You have to save, spend, and give, because all of those are needs of yours. So when you save, you can give to someone and spend it at the same time. Let's say you've been saving for something that you wanted that's more expensive than what you're given. You have to save for it and get it later.
Great. Super. Thank you so much, Peter. Leah?
When we save, we need to get this amount of money. We budget this amount. The other amount we spend on what we want. The last amount of money we give away, we donate to other people.
Great. Super. Thank you so much, Leah. Bernard. Bernard. Bernard, are you there? Bernard Mukonda? Oh, I'm losing Bernard. Chilufe.
I want to say you should spend, save, and give. Because when you receive an amount of money, you should save a percentage of it to buy future needs. You should spend it also to buy current needs and wants, and to give to the poor or to the need.
Super. Thanks a lot. Let me see. Who have I missed out? That was Chilufe. Yeah, Bernard, please go ahead.
I would like to say that when you save and spend, when they say giving, what do they mean by giving? Giving who?
Aha. Great. Thank you, Bernard. That's a good question, and we're going to discuss it in a moment. So we're supposed to save, we're supposed to spend, we are supposed to give. Now, the first thing about saving is that eat after saving, don't save after eating. You start by saving before you eat. So every time you get money from someone, from a grandparent, from a parent, from a friend, from a brother, from a niece, from a cousin, every time you get it, the first thing is you should first save before you spend. You first save before you spend. It's very important that you do that. The thing what are the purposes of saving? We can save for investment. It means that you are putting aside money so that it multiplies in the future. So it's important that when you save, one of the purposes is knowing that, for example, daddy and mommy may be working right now, but a time may come when they retire. When they retire, they won't have their jobs to be able to get a salary, but they will have their investments. For example, daddy and mommy might build a rental property. When they build 2 houses for rent, the tenants who use those houses will pay them money, and when they pay them money, their investment will look after them in their retirement. Daddy and mommy might invest in what is called a treasury bond, for example, and I'll talk about it in a moment. But what they are doing is that they give their money to someone who gives them an interest in return. But we should also save for emergencies, things which happen without you planning. For example, you are at school, you might be in boarding school, and when you are in boarding school, you find that you take your shirt out, you hang it, and The shirt is on the line drying, and when you come back in the evening, you find that your shirt has been taken. And this is Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. The question is, what do you do? Because you have no school shirt, no school uniform to go to class tomorrow. That's an emergency if you are in boarding school. But you have to have what we call an emergency fund. And what you do with this emergency fund is that it helps you in case of an emergency. For example, the emergency I've told you, that is the money you will use. And say, I keep a small amount of money. I save it for an emergency. There is a whole industry. Some of you have heard of the industry called insurance. It is an industry which is born in us managing these emergencies. For example, you might be at home and there is a fire spark on the electric connection and the house catches fire. To manage that risk, mommy and daddy will insure the house so that they have insured it against fire. The car which mommy and daddy drive, they take it for insurance because they might be driving and they knock someone or they are knocked by someone. The insurer will come in to cover that cost. And then you may save for something you want. Josiah said he wants a PlayStation. A PlayStation may not be an investment. It's not going to get you any money. But you may say, I'm saving for it because I want it in the long term. So that is saving for a purpose. Let's look at saving for investment. Investment, the important thing is start now. This is the money you put aside for the future. One of the things I want you to discuss with your parents is, what investment vehicles can I open for myself? What investment vehicles can I open for myself that I can be able to put aside some money? Investments may be as simple as buying a chicken. And you buy a chicken. When you buy a chicken and the chicken lays eggs and those eggs become chicks. And when those eggs become chicks, they give birth to other chicken. Those chicken are multiplying. That's what they usually call compound interest. The fact that an investment gives birth to little children, and those little children grow up and they give birth to more little children, and the investment keeps multiplying. There are a number of opportunities which may exist. We won't talk about them exhaustively in here. There are things called unit trusts, where you put aside a small amount of money every month and they give you an interest every month or every day. You talk to your mommy and daddy about them. Some are bonds, some are treasury bills, real estate, land, animals, businesses. All those are opportunities. But one of the things which I want, some of you are in schools where you have junior achievers, where you start small investments with your friends to start a small business. That can also be an investment. And you put in money and that money multiplies. So you save for investment. You can also save for an emergency. I told you, in case of a problem. I gave you an example of your school shirt being stolen. If your school shirt is stolen, you shouldn't call mommy and say, mommy, my school shirt has been stolen. You should go to your emergency fund. Say, I planned for a risk like this. But as you grow, you'll notice there is a whole industry called the insurance industry. And it is really an opportunity for you to save for these emergencies, including death. That if I die, I have covered myself. And possibly in subsequent classes, we'll talk about this in more detail. What insurance opportunities actually exist. But you need to make sure that you have managed the problem. And if you are not saving, everything becomes an emergency. And one of the reasons why you start saving is that when you save, emergencies stop being emergencies and they become simply small problems which you can overcome with your planned saving. But you can also save for something you want to buy. Some of you want to buy a dress. Some of you want to buy shoes. Some of you want to buy a PlayStation. Whatever it is, you say, I'm putting aside money specifically for this. That's okay. But in saving, one of the most powerful tools in saving is what we call compound interest. And that's when you save to invest. When you put aside money and it grows, and it gives birth. Money will keep working for you until you eat it. If you put aside money and you allow it to work, I'll give you a very simple example. Even for the government of Uganda, it borrows from the people. It borrows, and this the government of Zambia borrows from the people. The government of Kenya borrows from the people. They call them treasury bills, treasury bonds. And when they borrow from the people, they say that if I am going to take 100,000 from you, I will give you an interest of, let's say, 10%. So that means that if I take 100,000 from you, at the end of the year, I will give you an extra 10,000. So you will have 11,000. But if you leave the 10,000 there, they will give you an interest on the 11,000 which you have at the end of the year. So one of the powerful tools is to say, how can I be able to work on these investments? So it's something I want you to sit with your daddy and mommy and say, Daddy, where are you investing? Where can I invest? And daddy and mommy can talk you through some of these opportunities. Shuma, you have your hand up. I'll give you a chance to make a comment.
Well, I think that when like you are saving for an emergency, you need to make sure that in your life savings, like let's say you're in school and like you're saving with your pocket money and like your tooth fairy money and you're mixing it, you end up getting a lot of money if you keep on investing in your money, making it more and more, like making your money grow, or like having small businesses so that you can make more money faster, or even just doing chores at home so that you have enough money for different things, like when you want to save for more and more things, or when you want to save for something you want to buy, or when you want to save something for different emergencies, just in case.
Huh. And Shuma makes a very good point that when you invest, money starts working for you. It gives back to new money, and that new money gives back to new money, and then it keeps multiplying. So it's a very powerful concept. So every time you are saving, make sure a significant part of your savings is dedicated to investments. Because if you only save to spend, you will not feel the power of the multiplying power of money. Derek, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I thought about the savings.
Hello, Derek, we seem to have lost you.
It can help. It can like let's say brother is sick and let's say no, yeah, me I'm suggesting about the saving that savings help us in family issues.
Uh-huh. Exactly. And Derek
Because
makes, yeah.
because the family can have like a problem and the money you have can help family.
Exactly. Exactly. Derek talks about an illness in the family. Some of you have gone to the clinics and your mommy or your daddy pull out a card, which is called an insurance card, and they use that card to treat you. Now, they already paid, they saved money with the insurer for that emergency when you get sick. So that mommy doesn't have to put to go into her pocket and pay cash. So that is, Derek makes a good point that there could be an illness in the family, and these savings can be able to look after you when that illness comes up. So you have to save for the emergency because you may get sick, but we don't know when you will get sick. But the point is that when you have an opportunity to save some money for an emergency, when the emergency happens, you can be able to solve it. Isaiah, and then Leah.
I wanted to talk about I wanted to talk about saving and giving to God. And that part I wanted to talk about it because like the reason for saving giving to God is because you give to God because God has enabled you to get that money, and God has helped you and He has been helpful to you to get that money, and that's why you go to church to give money to God. That's the main reason that I wanted to talk about. And also, when serving, you should always think about giving to God because to thank Him for what He has given you. Yes.
Super. Great. Thank you, Isaiah. And in a moment, we'll talk more about giving. Leah, over to you.
I wanted to say that when you save, the amount of money you budget is the amount of money you're going to pay for your bills, for hospital bills, for something you want. Because I'm working on saving. Let's say I'm working on saving and I want to buy this PlayStation 5, but I don't have enough money. So we just say that when you're doing chores or other stuff, you need to, when you get that certificate of money, by the time, let's say 2 weeks later, you have enough money to buy that same PlayStation 5.
Exactly. That's very good. That's a very good layer. I think you make a very, very good point about that sometimes you need to wait for a period of time to be able to accumulate. But as I said, when you save to spend for the PlayStation, you will get the PlayStation. But when you save to invest, the money can keep multiplying and may be able to buy you even 5 PlayStations at a certain point if you allow it to be able to grow. All right, our time is running. Let me just quickly go to spend, which is 2. You have to spend some of the money on the things which you want. And when you talk about spending, it is things which you enjoy. And it is totally okay to buy those things you want. The shoes, it could be a holiday with friends, it could be ice cream, but it's very nice to enjoy things money can buy, and there's nothing wrong with it. But the important thing is don't get enslaved by those things. Don't get enslaved that you start doing even wrong things so that you get money to buy what you want. Some of you may be enslaved by the PlayStation. You say, I will even tell lies to be able to get money, to be able to buy the PlayStation. So you have to spend, enjoy the things money can buy, but don't get enslaved by the things money can buy. And secondly, don't spend money you do not have. The fact that at this time you really, really, really want to be able to buy some ice cream. You don't go to the ice cream shop and say, you give me ice cream today, I will pay you tomorrow, because you have taken a loan. You have taken on debt. So don't spend money you do not have. Don't borrow to spend. If you don't have money, wait until you get money. Don't get into the habit of borrowing. One of the classes we'll have subsequently, I hope, we will talk about debt and the challenges it can bring, the opportunities it can bring, but the challenges it can also bring. So don't get into the temptation to say, I don't have money right now. Some of you are with your friends at school and you don't have money. Then you tell your friend, you buy me the Rolex, I will pay you tomorrow. You have borrowed from that friend. You say, you buy me the juice, I will be able to pay you tomorrow. You have borrowed. And if you are going to borrow, one of the things which the Bible says is that the borrower is slave to the lender. If whenever you borrow from someone, you become their slave, and you don't want to be a slave of someone. So you need to ensure that you don't borrow. don't spend money if you don't have it. If you don't have it, you don't spend. But if you have it, enjoy the things money can buy. And lastly, it is to give. Why is giving important? Isaiah touched on it. You can give in various areas. One of the things is to ensure that you are generous. To give. Whenever you are generous, your heart gets happy. Your heart gets very happy when you give someone else something. You'll notice that when you have, let's say, biscuits in your box and you share them with someone, you get happy when you see them enjoying the biscuits. So generosity is one of the things you can do with money. There are people who have been generous to the point of giving to whole countries. Some of you know a man called Bill Gates. He's buying a lot of medicine for Africa. He has been generous with the money he has made. So generosity is a very good thing. And we can, when we talk about giving, there are two areas we can talk about. You can give to your God. When we take money to church, I think Isaiah talked about this. When you take money to church to give, you are thanking God for what he has done in your life. Some people take money to the mosque. When they take it to give it, they are thanking God for thanking God for what he has done for them, for the blessing he has given you. You are blessed to have a home where you stay. You are blessed to have parents. You are blessed. And when they take this money to the church usually uses it to do many things. The church can take children to school. The church can build hospitals. Some of you who are in Uganda know a hospital called Zambia Hospital. You know a hospital called Mengo Hospital. All these are church-built hospitals. They are schools which have been built by churches by the giving of the people who belong to that faith. So you need to ask yourself, whenever I have an opportunity, how do I thank my God for creating me and the blessings he has given me? One of the ways you do is with the money which he has given you. And so every time you get money, for example, the Christians, 10%, you will put it aside. And you say, if I have gotten 1,000 shillings, 100 shillings, I need to return to my God to thank him for what he has done for me. But you can also go further and give to those who are less privileged, those who are in need. Some of you in your cities, you have seen children who are on the streets. Whenever you can be able to give to a cause like that, it's a good thing. But you could also give to your parents when they grow old. When most of you said, I want to look after my family, that's part of giving. It's part of generosity. And it's one of the things which we do with money, to put a smile on others. So you can be able to do a number of things with money, but it is important to ensure that you are also generous with the money which you have gotten. Share with those who are less privileged and help out where you can. So that brings me to the end of our conversation. I want to stop here for now and just say thank you to all who have listened. We'll have about another 15 minutes for any questions which may exist, any comments which we want to make. I'll give a chance to Amos. Amos, please unmute and share with us your comment. Amos? Amos, are you there?
You can give to the poor, like all those in need. You can't only give money, because even maybe if you got something that you don't use, you can give them too.
Exactly. Thank you, Amos. That's a very good point. You can be able, you have a shirt which possibly no longer fits you, or you can be able to share. Some of you can give time and you say, I know how to count, but I'm going to spend some time with the children who don't know how to count, and I teach them how to count. That's a very good point, Amos.
I also started a business of selling mugs. So I asked my dad for some capital, and which he helped me with.
Lovely. And Amos now has gone to the investing side. He has gotten a bit of money and he has invested it in a small business. That's a good thing, so that the money can be able to multiply. Amos, do you want to tell us more about your business?
Yeah, I do sell them each mark school. I do sell it at 20 kwacha each.
Okay.
2 kwacha each, sorry.
Okay, what are you selling, Amos?
Mark schools. They're more like ice blocks.
Ice blocks. Great.
Ronald,
And
so a max co in Zambia would be more like a freeze it. I'm not sure if
okay.
that, yes, like an
Okay,
ice,
okay.
like sort of like an ice lolly, yes.
Super.
Yes.
Super. Amos, that's excellent. So Amos has asked his daddy and his mommy for some small capital. They invested in his business and he's selling. And that can be a lesson to the rest of us here. What can you start a small business, invest some money so that you can be able to sell and buy and be able to grow that money. Thanks a lot, Amos. Thank you so much. I see, yes, Chuma. I'll give Chuma, please go ahead.
Well, everything like with money, you need to invest it. So I think that everyone should always save with their money so that they can build it more. They can start small businesses or they can do chores and just let the money build itself while you're doing other things.
Exactly. Super. Thank you, Chuma. We talked about the fact that you can invest money and it grows. It gives back to more and gives more and gives more. And Amos has told us he has started a small business and he can be able to sell and resell. And when he does that, the businesses can be able to grow. Bernard.
Okay.
Bernard, are you there? All right. Derek, do you want to make a comment?
Yeah. Okay, so me, I was asking that, but even me, I've invested money in some business of mine, but my business is of selling chicken. But I invest little and I gain more. That's what I've learned in my business.
Can you tell us more? So you buy the chicken at how much and you sell it at how much?
I buy the chicken at 25. Then I sell it
25
at,
for the people who are not from Uganda is about, give or take, about $7, I think. And then you sell it at how much, Derek?
then I sell it at 35.
So you make a profit of 10,000. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Derek. Leah?
I also have a business. I sell, I make wire toys and sell them to people. Last week I made some and sold 2 and made a profit of 20 kwacha. So I'm hoping my business will boom and I'll have enough money to cover my insurance.
Super, Leah. Thank you so much. Make some
And I'll have
coins
to
and
sell to these guys.
exactly. There are some customers here on the call. Super. Make them, made a profit of 20 kwacha. Super. Great. Eva.
Excuse me.
Yes, Eva.
Yes. When is the next call, or there isn't another one?
Okay. I will allow. I'm going to request. I think Agnes will talk about our plans. Actually, I think I need to be handing over to her right now. I'll take just 2 more people, and then I'll hand back to Agnes. Agnes, you'll also tell us the people who have participated most on the call, and what you have for them. Bernard, please go ahead.
I would like to say me, I have a dog. I had bought him at 1,500. Then I want to crossbreed it to have young ones. Then I would sell them at 3,000. I have made a profit of 1,000.
Wow. And that's very good business, Bernard. You can get a dog and then you crossbreed, then someone else wants the puppy. And when you sell the puppy, you can be able to make a profit. Very good business. Great. Who is left? Chuma. Okay, someone had the hand up. Great. All right, Isaiah, you want to be the last? Okay, good.
I wanted to talk about also the way I also wanted to talk about that I have saved I have saved, and I'm also getting money in a way, and I also mostly what I wanted to talk about is the way of spending money, and
Okay.
and like when spending money, you should be very careful with what you spend and what you save. And many people here on the call have businesses, and I'd like to advise them that when you're trying to start a business, you should, like Derek had said, that he makes a profit of 10. He said that Derek made the profit of 10,000, and it's a really good business. And you could also continue like that. Also, when making a business, you should think of you should think of how much you're going to gain and how often you're doing it. Like some of us may be going to school and you may not be, usually on weekdays you may not be there. On Saturday you also do it. So you have to make sure that the business is growing and that you're making a good profit. And depending on how much you're using.
Right.
That's it.
Great. Thank you, Isaiah. And Shuma lastly. Shuma.
Sir, I have a question. When is the other meeting? Is it next week?
All right. So we have had two meetings. We had a meeting yesterday for the older group, and we have this meeting today. But I'll ask Agnes to just share with you our next plans for how we will be able to push Octagon Young Money. Great.
Okay.
At this moment, I'll just say thank you all for listening and being on the call. I'm just going to call Agnes back to wrap up the day for us. Thank you so much. We've been honored to have each and every one of you. It's been a nice conversation. So I'll hand back to Agnes. Agnes, over to you.
Thank you so much, Ronald. And thank you so much to all of you for participating. From the interactions, Ronald, you can see that indeed we're sending out a generation of equipped youth. And these are the leaders that will then shape Africa. I am so happy to have heard the diverse views on money. It's so interesting to follow the chat section and see that even as little as 11 years old, we're already being entrepreneurial and we've got businesses going. Ronald did mention that Warren Buffett began investing when he was 11 years old. So I am happy to see that we already have that mind. We have learned a lot of things. I think what was important and the first step was to start to save and to start to invest, and also to learn how to spend. What are we spending on? Do we have an emergency fund? Are we also giving? Very important to give, very important to save, and very also important to be mindful on how we spend. So I have seen a couple of questions in the chat section with regards to the recording. The recording will be shared on the YouTube channel. So you can go to YouTube, Octagon Africa, and you will find this presentation there. You'll find this presentation as well as many other presentations that have been made. So you can just catch up. Please do like the page as well and follow us on all of our social media handles. Also, I think Chuma did ask when is the next training. So the trainings are held during holidays, And we target this time because we know that you are home, and we want you to make use of your time with attending or participating to such platforms. So the next one will be in December, and we will share the links again. And of course, you're invited. We want to hear from you again, and also get an update on progress for those that have businesses running. For those that don't have, we'll be happy to hear that you've now started a business, or you're doing something, or you now finally have a piggy bank. To the parents that logged in and encourage their kids to participate, thank you so much. It is indeed a step in the right direction, and we are grateful that you have acknowledged that financial literacy is key, and that it is important to nurture our little ones as at this tender age, so that even as they grow into young adults, we would have secured their financial wellness. So at the beginning of the training today, we did say we had a bit of appreciation for the ones that participated the most. Everybody participated, and we want to thank you for that. So I will just read the names, and I would just like to request that you indicate from which country you are once I read out your name. The list that I am about to read out is for kids in Uganda, and the details will be shared in the chat for who you get in touch with. So Tashobia, KG, Isaiah, Derek, Eva, I believe you're from Uganda. Kindly confirm with your full names in the chat section, as well as confirmation that you are from Uganda. Confirmation from Larry, Erica, and Elizabeth that we're logged in as one. Congratulations, and thank you so much for participating. For Zambia, Peter, Chilufia, Chibwe, Leah, Bernard, and Chuma, do the same in the chat section. Kindly confirm that you're from Zambia. Contact details will be posted in the chat section for where you send your details, and you'll be contacted with regards to your prize. Thank you all so much for joining in. Look out for the YouTube post so that you can just catch up. If you joined the training late, you have an opportunity to just join the conversation from the beginning through the YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for joining in. Thank you for your participation. You were also great, so interactive. We thoroughly enjoyed your participation and your contributions. Have a great day today.
So we leave now? Listen.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you for the meeting.
Boy.
Bye.
Bye, Peter.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Agnes Banda, bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for joining.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bernard, thanks.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.